Shakespeare, the greatest English playwright, has emphasized the value of mercy in the trial scene of The Merchant of Venice. The play revolves around a young man, Antonio, who borrows money from Shylock, a cruel money lender, and as per the terms of the bond, if he fails to pay back the money, Shylock would be entitled to a pound of flesh from Antonio's body. Unfortunately, Antonio fails to arrange for the money and the case is taken to the court. Here, Portia, pleading for Antonio, reminds Shylock and the judge the principle of natural justice, which emphasizes on the value of mercy as against positive law.
Is Antonio here?
Yes, sir, I am here.
I feel sorry for you. You have come to face a ruthless enemy, an inhuman wretch incapable of pity, without any feelings of mercy.
They tell me you have done everything you can do to talk him out of what he is doing. But since he remains adamant and there is no legal way to protect me from his malice, I will just have to take what he will give me. I am ready to suffer peacefully his cruelty and anger.
One of you go call the Jew into court.
He is standing ready outside the door. Here he comes, my lord.
Shylock, everyone thinks, and I agree, that you are just pretending to be cruel. They think that at last second you are going to show mercy and pity. And even though you are here to collect the penalty, a pound of this poor merchant's flesh, they think you will not only let it go, but out of humanity and love you will forgive some portions of principle he owes you too. We all expect a nice answer from you, Shylock.
I have told you what I intend to do, and I have sworn by the Holy Sabbath to seek the penalty that is due according to our bond. If you refuse to allow me to do so, your city's charter and freedom are endangered.
That's no answer, you heartless man. It does not excuse your cruel behavior.
I don't have to give you answers that you like.
How can you hope for mercy when you don't render any now?
Why should I be afraid of judgment when I haven't done anything wrong? If you refuse me, the laws of Venice have no validity. I await justice. So answer me. Will I get it?
I have the authority to dismiss this court, unless Valerio comes today. He is a legal expert I sent for to act as a judge.
My lord, a messenger is waiting outside with letters from Valerio. He's just come from Padua.
Bring us the letters. Call the messenger in.
Cheer up, Antonio. Keep up your courage, my friend. I will give the Jew my flesh, blood, bones and everything before you lose one drop of blood for me.
I am like the one sick sheep in the flock, the one who deserves to die. The weakest should drop to the ground first. So let me drop. Bassanio, the best thing you can do is to keep living and write an epitaph for my gravestone.
Have you come from Valerio's office in Padua?
Yes, my lord. Valerio sends his greetings.
This letter from Valerio introduces us to a young and well-educated legal expert. Where is he?
He's waiting nearby to find out if you'll invite him in.
With all my heart. One of you go and call him. In the meantime, you read out the letter.
I have received your letter, but I'm very sick at the moment. As it happened, when your messenger came, a young lawyer from Rome was visiting me. His name is Balthazar. I told him about the case of the Jew and Antonio the merchant, and we consulted many books together. He knows my legal opinions about this matter, and he has his own expert opinions as well. I'm sending him in my place.
Are you Balthazar? Did Valerio send you here?
Yes, my lord.
Welcome. Are you familiar with the case currently before the court?
Yes, thoroughly. Which one is the merchant and which one is the Jew?
Antonio and Shylock, Both of you come forward.
Is your name Shylock?
Shylock is my name.
Your case is most unusual, though the Venetian law can't stop you from proceeding. He has a claim on you, merchant. Is it correct?
Yes, so he says.
Do you acknowledge the bond?
Yes, I do.
Then the Jew must show you mercy.
On what compulsion must I? Tell me that.
The quality of mercy is not straight. It drops as a gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is choice blessed. It blesses him that gives and him that takes. It is mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throne monarch better than his crown. His scepter shows the force of temporal power, the attribute to awe and majesty, wherein thus sit the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above the scepter's sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute to God himself. An earthly power thought then show like his God when mercy sees injustice. Therefore, Jew, though justice be thy play, consider this, that in the course of justice none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy, and that same prayer doth teach us all to render the deeds of mercy. I spoke thus much to mitigate the justice of that play, which if you follow, the strict court of Venice must need give sentence against the merchant here.
I take all responsibility of my decisions. I want the law, the penalty, and the fulfillment of my bond.
Can't he pay back the money?
Yes, I am offering to pay it back right this moment, even twice the sum. If that's not enough, I will sign a bond to pay 10 times that much. And I will give you my hands, my head, and my heart as security. If that's not enough, then you are just evil and malicious. I beg you, just this once, use your authority to bend the law. Do a great right by doing a little wrong. Don't let this devil have his way.
It must not be. There is no power in Venice that can change an established decree. The change will be recorded as a precedent and many a bad legal decisions will result. Let me look upon the bond.
Here it is, Judge. Here it is.
The bond stipulates that if Antonio fails to repay 3,000 ducats within 3 months, Shylock will be authorized to cut a pound of flesh from any part of the Antonio's body which pleaseth him. Shylock, they are offering you 3 times the money you lent.
But I made an oath. An oath in heaven. Should I perjure my soul by disobeying it? No, not for all of Venice.
Why? This bond is forfeit. Unlawfully by this, the Jew may claim a pound of flesh to be cut off by him nearest the merchant's heart. But be merciful, take thrice the money, and bid me tear the bond.
Give me your hand, Bassanio. Goodbye. Don't be sad that this happened because of you, because Lady Luck has been nicer to me than usual. Usually, she makes the unhappy man live on after he loses his wealth, spend his old days in poverty. But in my case, it's letting me avoid that misery. Send your honorable wife my greetings and ask her how I died and how I lived. Speak well of me after I am dead, and when the tale is done, ask her to judge whether Bassanio is a friend. Be sad only at the fact that you will lose your friend. Your friend doesn't regret that he paid your debt. If the Jew cuts deep enough, I will pay it instantly with all my heart.
Antonio, I married a woman as dear to me as life itself. But life itself, my wife, and the whole world aren't more valuable to me than your life is. I would give it all up. Yes, I would sacrifice everything to this devil here to save you.
Your wife wouldn't like it if she were here to hear you make that offer.
We are trifling time. Please, deliver the sentence.
A pound of this merchant's flesh is yours. The court awards it and the law authorizes it.
What a righteous judge. What a righteous judge.
And you have to cut this flesh from his chest. The law allows it and the court awards it.
What a wise judge! Come on, get ready.
But wait a moment, there's something else. This bond doesn't give you any blood at all. The words explicitly specify a pound of flesh. So take your penalty of a pound of flesh, but if you shed one drop of a Christian blood when you cut it, the state of Venice will confiscate your land and property under Venetian law.
Oh, what an upright judge!
Pay me 3 times the bond and let the merchant go.
Here is the money.
Wait, the Jew will have justice. Don't rush. He's not getting anything except the penalty. So get ready to cut off the flesh. Don't shed any blood or cut less or more than exactly a pound of flesh. If you take more or less than just a pound, even if it is the tiniest fraction of an ounce, if the scale changes by so much as a hair, you die and all your property will be confiscated.
A second Daniel. Daniel, Jew, I have got you now.
Why is the Jew waiting? Take your penalty.
Give me my money and let me go.
I have it ready for you. Here it is.
No, he refused it publicly in open court. He will have only justice and his penalty.
You take my house away when you take the money I need for a pea. You take my life when you take away my means of making a living.
What mercy can you show him, Antonio?
If the Duke and his court agree to set aside the fine for one half of his property, I am happy, as long as he lets me have the other half in the trust to give it to the gentleman who recently stole his daughter. I ask only 2 more things. First, Shylock must immediately become compassionate. Second, he must make a will here in this court that leaves all his property to his son-in-law Lorenzo and his daughter when he dies.
He must do this, or I recant the pardon I just delivered.
Are you satisfied, Jew? What do you say?
I am satisfied.
Clerk, draw up a document to make his gift official.
Please, let me go. I am not well. Send the deed after me and I'll sign it.
Go, but sign the deed.
We have just witnessed how mercy is an opportunity for each one of us to experience the joint gift of God's justice and harmony. So we say, leave and let leave.